Oh my gosh, I didn't see you there. I totally just woke up like this and have not spent an hour on my hair and makeup. Oh my gosh, so funny of you to join me. So welcome to part 2 of Sleepy Time Cooking Kitchen. We haven't figured out a name yet for it, but we're cooking with Bun Talk, so welcome back for part 2. Today for dinner or lunch or what time is it? I don't even know. All the same to me at this point. But for dinner tonight, we're actually going to be making fish tacos. Taking some inspo from my Mexico trip that I went on with my parents. If you haven't seen that video, you should go check it out. Shameless plug. But tonight we are making fish tacos. I already have the fish ready, but I'm gonna show you guys how I make the best guacamole on the planet. And then we're gonna make salsa as well and put the whole thing together. Let me show you guys how it's done. Ugh, but I am in my pajamas again, so let's fix that. Okay, that's better. Now let's get cooking. Okay, so first things first, let's go through what we're gonna need. I've put on my apron to keep me from getting dirty. Next thing that you're gonna need is a cutting board. Any cutting board's fine, don't go crazy here. Then I grabbed a bigger chef's knife, a serrated knife that has the edges cut off on the bottom, a lemon squeezer, and a garlic crusher. And if you don't have a garlic crusher, don't worry about it, you can just use a knife. Okay, so now let's chat about ingredients. So here are the things that we're gonna need. I put them all on this plate. I scrubbed them all because, you know, Corona. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomatoes because we're gonna be making pico de gallo. And then I have 2 avocados, 2 limes, some fresh cloves of peeled garlic, a handful of cilantro. I know that some of you think that it tastes like soap. Those of you are wrong. Then I cut up a little bit of onion, a red onion, and then 2 jalapenos. And depending on how spicy you like it, then jalapenos. Oh, and salt and pepper. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is we're going to cut the tomatoes in half. So this is one of the halves that I've already cut. You're gonna take this, cut this one in half again, and then what you're gonna wanna do is take out the centers, because that's the part that we don't necessarily need. We're kind of just looking to have the outsides. Do the same thing with the other one. Now that we have these, we're gonna go ahead and cut them like this. Okay, after all the tomatoes are diced, we're gonna go in with cutting our onion and all of the onion. Wait, we're gonna cut the whole onion up. Okay, so now that the onions are diced, we're gonna take the bowl with the tomatoes, take all the onions, and put them into the bowl. Okay, so once we have this done, next thing that we're gonna do is chop up the jalapeno. So with this thing, because I don't really like spicy that much, which is hilarious because we're making a salsa, but I like mine mild, so I don't like to use the seeds. If you do like it spicier, that's something where when you cut it open, the seeds inside, you can actually add those into the salsa and that'll make it really spicy. Okay, so as you can see, I cut the sides off of it. So right here, it has all the seeds, and right here are 4 clean strips of jalapeno that have no seeds on them. So these are the ones that we're gonna chop up finely and use. Okay, so once we have this all done, okay, so once we have the jalapenos all chopped up, we're going to take them and put them into our bowl. And the excess of it, we're going to leave for guacamole. So now that we have the jalapenos, the onion, and the tomatoes in the bowl, the next thing we're gonna do is soften the lime, which you do by just pressing on it and rolling it forwards and backwards underneath the weight of your hand. And then what you're gonna do is take it and cut it right in half. And we're gonna take our squeezer, open it up, put a half in there the right way, and squeeze it. And I usually like to add cloves of garlic to it as well. I put it in my garlic crusher, close it up, push out the garlic. Then once we have the garlic in there, the last thing that we need to add is the cilantro. So we're gonna take the cilantro, not all of it, probably, I would say this much. Then we're gonna wanna use not only the leaves, but also the stems, which sounds kind of strange, but the stems actually have a lot of flavor. So we're gonna take this, take our chef's knife, and chop it, add it into our bowl. And then last but not least, I like to use Himalayan pink salt. You can use whatever salt you want. So we're gonna take our bowl, add a little sprinkle, and stir it up. And that is how you make fresh pico de gallo. Now to make the guacamole. So we'll start with a bowl, a potato masher, and probably a knife in order to be able to chop everything up. So first what we're gonna do is take the avocados. I already halved them and I already pitted it. So the next thing to do is to cut it up like so into little segments like I did here. It just makes it easier to actually take the avocado out of its shell. So you'll take a spoon, plop it into the bowl like that. Okay, so once the avocado is in the bowl, you can either mash it with a fork for a chunkier taste, or you can mash it with some kind of potato masher like this. I like to do it like this so that it's a little creamier. Then we're gonna take some onions and chop them. Then we'll go ahead and add the garlic. Then we add the jalapenos that we already chopped up from the salsa. Then we add some tomatoes. Some people don't like tomatoes in their guacamole. I do, so I usually like to add a nice little handful of them. Cilantro. And last but not least, to top it all off, we're gonna add in some limes. So we're not gonna add in just 1 lime. We're not gonna add in just 2 limes. We're actually gonna add in 3 limes. Then to top it all off, just like with the salsa, we're gonna do salt, pepper, and mix it all up. That is how you make fresh guacamole. Okay, so that's it for the condiments. We have a really delicious guacamole. We also have a really, really good pico de gallo, both of which I made mild. And as you saw how I made them, I put what I thought and how I liked it. But pico and guacamole are really however you want to make them. If you like them spicier, add more jalapeno. I like to add a lot of lime juice. I also like tomatoes in my guacamole. It really is all up to you how much of each thing you want to put. But this is how I like mine done, and I highly advise towards it because it's really delicious, so you should try it out. So like I mentioned at the beginning, this is the fish that my mom made. It's wild caught cod. She put it in some Mexican seasoning with some garlic and lime juice and stuck it in the oven for about 20 minutes, took it out, and it somehow looks like this. I don't know, she's a magician. So what I'm doing right now is just breaking it up into bits into this juice. But once it's in this juice, we're gonna take these bits and pieces and put them into our taco. Okay, so now we have everything here ready to assemble. So we have our flour tortillas. I like to use flour because I'm unhealthy, but you can use corn, whatever. Flour tortillas are better for fish tacos for sure. So this is the ones that we're gonna use. Okay, so first we're gonna take the taco, then we're going to add a little bit of fish, then we'll add a little cheese. This is a Mexican blend of cheese that also has some jalapeno in it, a bit of fresh guacamole, some pico de gallo, some shredded lettuce on top. Garnish it with a little bit of sour cream. There you go, you've got your fresh fish street taco. Okay, so it's all done, it's assembled, we did it, the taco is finished, so I want to try it now. Let's see. That was really good. Oh yeah, that is definitely hitting the spot. This is really good. I highly recommend that you guys try it. I hope that you had fun cooking with me, having some tacos with me. Let me know if you have any questions. If you guys are gonna try it, please share it with me. Let me see. I wanna know how much you guys like these tacos just as much as I do. Thanks for cooking with Bontalk, and I'll catch you on the flip side. These are really good.
Yeah.
No. Cheers.